we can go, so that we can do this video as fast as possible, very fast as possible, very fast as possible. She's cool. She's totally cool. No disturbance. Very, very cool. Very, very cool now. Good evening, KB. Good evening to you. How are you? Just sharing so that we can fastly start, you know, so that we can fastly start. So that we can fastly start. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Just gonna quickly, put this stuff. Almost there. It's raining outside. This rain has been going on since morning. Since morning it has been raining. Like seriously. And cold as well. Very, very cold. I feel me cold. You see, I'm putting on my cozy shirt because it's really cold. I feel cold. I just feel cold. Hi people, good evening. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. We're almost there so that we can start. We're almost there. Nuro, hello, how are you? Thank you for joining my live stream. Please subscribe and share. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm fine. How are you? Yeah, how are you? I know. Thank you. I'm fine. How are you guys? YouTube people, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. Subscribe. Good evening. How are you all doing? Please subscribe to. Oh, I'm fine too. How is your day? Is it raining in your country or wherever place you are right now? Because here is basically so rainy hard, like seriously rainy hard. How old are you? I'm 10 years old. Oh, if you're 10 years old, how did you get to this stream? Because it's not for children here. Okay, though. Okay. It's not for children. How old are you? I'm 10 years. If you are 10 years old, so you have your parents' phone, they have to be Darius. Oh, Darius, and you are using name on Nurun. Is that your parents? Is that your parents' YouTube you are using? Because if you are Darius and your account is called Nuru, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please. No, it's me. So you were using, how did you get here? Because this, I basically write it not for children. So 10 years is not adults. So 10 years, my mom gave this account to me. Ah, now you are talking. Because your mom set the account up for with her date of birth, meaning that makes it adult account, not for children. Anyway, you're welcome to my live stream. Please subscribe to my live for my YouTube channel. Okay. Intuition. We're almost there now before we start. Once TikTok is live, please subscribe. So now TikTok is there. Now we can start. So YouTube people, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe, and thumbs up. Subscribe, and thumbs up. Subscribe. Get so many subscribe. I hope your YouTube channel gets so many subscribe. Oh, thank you so much. That is so nice of you to say. Thank you. I appreciate that. One love for you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, welcome back to Quincy Talk. Today we are talking about your intuition. You know that feeling, that gut that you get that nobody understands. Everyone subscribe now. Oh, thank you so much. I love that. Thank you so much. You know that feeling that you get, that vibe that you get when something isn't right or when something is good. You know, you have it. We all have it. And it's called your intuition. And that is what we are talking about today. So stay relax and, cozy so that you can understand the importance of your intuition. Hello, good evening to you. Thank you for liking my live stream. So that you can understand the importance of that feeling. It's not just a feeling, it's your higher self communicating with you. Just like you close your eye like this, you close your eye and someone is tapping you, but you can't see the person, but you can feel it. That feeling is your higher self. You're still beautiful, madam. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, of course, you can ask. Your higher self is asking, is telling you something. Is telling you something, but you can't see it, but you can feel it. That is your intuition. That feeling that you get. That vibe that you get. You just have that shock within you. Sometimes your body can vibrate in a very strange way, and you just can't ignore it. That nice and cool. Oh, thank you. So that is your intuition, and that intuition is your higher self trying to communicate with you. You can't see it in this your physical eye, but you can feel it. It's just like the way I make it before. Your eyes are closed, you can't see it, but when someone type you or touch you like this, you can feel it. That is that intuition. That is that feeling that you are not supposed to ignore because it is important. Ruagrasu, hi Queen. Hello, how are you? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So that is that feeling that you get, but you can't. It's just like you want to do something, you want to go to a place, but you just have this negative vibe. It's just keep on pumping, it just keep on rushing to you, and you are feeling it, and you are trying to. Danny? She's here. You are trying to ignore it, but it just keep on repeating itself. Your higher self is trying to stop you, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. It's trying to tapping you, tap you, for you to kind of take a break or rethink, and it's trying to tap you. Stop! Don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that! And you know, in most cases, people always ignore their intuition. Are you going to bed? The first time you ignore it, the second time you ignore it, the third time it will not show up again. In most cases, the level or the level or the rate of it showing up will be much reduced, will be so reduced to the extent that you barely can feel it anymore. Because why? Every now and then, excuse me, guys. Danny, I go there now. Go get your tablet. Come. Let me put this guy away. It's here. Where is the tablet? Hmm? Take. Wait. Wait, see. Voila, now I'm back. Thank you, guys. So every now and then you ignore those feelings. Every now and then you bypass those feelings. You put yourself in a very high risk position because you might not know what the danger that is at front or that is unseen to you, and your intuition is trying to save you, to safeguard you, to protect you from those danger, and you ignore it just because it it disguises itself as something good. It doesn't mean that it's always good. Most of the things that happens in this world is that I was just sitting down one day, and I was trying to, you know, reflect on some information, and it just gets me thinking that what if, what if we never actually ignore our feelings? We never actually ignore those uh, uh, those vibe, those intuition feeling that we have. What if we listen? What if that we want to do, and we see all the red flag, and we don't ignore it? Do you think that there will be much trouble in this world? Of course, there will be lesser trouble, because the more you listen to your intuition, the more you listen to those vibes, the more you listen to that feeling, the more you protect yourself. I heard a very bizarre story yesterday, and I was just reason, trying to reflect on those information, because for me that is a very bizarre information. And let me just summarize a bit. That this person that came across this other person, but that person has it has, the moment it come across the person, it has this scaring, this feeling that is so wrong, that is everything around the whole situation was just red flag. And the person have this gut, he has this feeling, and he was just trying to, make decision based on those feelings. And mind you, the people around him, of her, the family, the people around her, trying to convince her, saying that, oh no, it's fine, this person is good, blah 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 blah. But the person felt it. The person have the feeling. The person knew. The person, it just have those vibe. But she ignored those vibe and listened to the people. And then the disaster happened. And I was just kind to, trying to get my head around it. And most of this time, I personally, some people might say, Quincy, you are too strange, you are too brutal, you are too sensitive, you are too, all kinds of things you can say about me. Why? Because I'm that kind of person that does not ignore my intuition. It's just something I don't do. Go back. It's just something that I don't do. I've seen so many, 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 many stories about intuition, how people, ignore their intuition, how people ignore their feelings, how people ignore all of those vibes, those negative vibes, and the end of it is always a disaster. Like a disaster. There was a situation that I lived there. There was a situation that, I came across. It was bizarre. I just have this feeling that this thing needs to stop. Like, basically, it needs to stop. Like, immediately need to stop. And even as that feeling that I just have it, it felt weird. It felt strange. It felt so, excuse me. Stop it. It felt so weird that to the extent that, the feeling was just coming so horribly and my body were vibrating into it. At a point, I wanted to ignore, but it was just too intense. So I have to took, heart on those feelings. And I did. When I did, do you know that after some time, after some days, the main purpose of those negative feelings began to reveal, and I was shocked. And I was asking myself, so if I have not acted so fast, if I have not acted so quickly on those feelings or those intuitions, it would have been disaster. And these are the things that we just, we just come across every single day. Every single day, we hear people being victim of these things. And it happens here and there. It happens every single time. And most of the time, we kind of like, oh, you live there now. And most of the time, we try to, want to listen to outsiders. People pet talk us. Oh, yeah, no, you don't have to. You don't have to. See, in this life, if you must succeed as a being, you have to be brutal in some decision that you take. I repeat myself. If you must succeed in this realm, you have to be brutal with your decision that you take. There is no negotiation about it. Because it is only who is alive or who is able to defend themselves that has voice. If it comes to the moment whereby you don't have the opportunity to defend yourself anymore, you don't have the opportunity to speak for yourself anymore, that means you have lost your voice, you have lost your right, you have lost everything that makes you, capable to defend yourself. And it all comes down to the fact that you ignore those feelings in everything that you want to do, and The other person was just talking about how he went for, he met this person, was having this discussion, but right from the day one, it has this weird feeling. It has this weird vibe, and he tried to ignore and ignore and ignore. But looking that the person was kind of like saying, I let you go today. But what about if it has harmed that person? What about if it has did something wrong or something very, very bad to that person? What will you say? Most of the time we want to blame the things around us. We want to blame people around us. We want to blame this, but most of the time we also have to blame ourselves. Because if we take responsibility of ourselves, a lot of things will stop. A lot of nonsense, a lot of evil, a lot of bad things will stop. And I mean stop, and don't just mean like basically stop. I mean deep, deep stop. You have to understand the domino effect. And every now and then the domino effect keep on playing in our life. It's just a system. When people talk about this matrix, we are in a 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 matrix. It doesn't matter that you are in a matrix. The thing is, the moment you wake up, that is where you know how to play this game. That is when you know how to live on this realm. That is where you know how to behave on this realm. That is how you know that this matrix is a system, and this system people are governing it. And because people have governed it, meaning it has a rules and regulation. It is a game. And in this game, you and I am playing it. And you are always playing against it, playing against it, playing against it. You are always playing against it. There is no way you want to deny it. We all have it every now and then. You go to work, you get paid. If you don't go to work, you don't get paid. You have to cook before you eat. You have to make this. There is always doing to do, doing to do, doing to do, doing to do, doing to do. It's just like this. Like this. Danny, leave the place. It's just every now and then the same thing. Always like this. That is what we play every single day. In all of it is just, and there you have the domino effect. One thing lead to the other, one thing lead to the other, one thing lead to the other. You go to work, you get paid. From being paid, you buy your clothes, buy your house, buy your car, pay for this, pay for that. From being paid for that, you get this. It's just the domino effect. Is in every single system, is in everything that we do. And you go sit there. Yeah. Everything that we do, like basically. And in that everything that we do, there we have our intuition. There we have the feeling. Because whenever you want to do that thing, you just have that vibe that tells you, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But you still do it anyway. And then you have the domino effect bad. And then we want to blame somebody else. And then we want to blame somebody else. But don't forget, it all starts with a single dot. If you don't know what is domino, go and Google it. It's that little things that they put together, just one little push, boom. Just one little push, boom. You see, the whole thing all break it down, surrounded with all kinds of things, no matter how big it is. At the end of the day, they all collapse down with just one single dot. And the same thing happens with one single mistake, one single little mistake that you ignore. Those your intuition, you ignore those your feeling, those vibe. One single mistake, little, it will cause the whole disaster. it will cause the whole disaster, like everything will break down. You know, most of the time in the corporate world, when they are hiring for higher position, not just higher position, talk about, manager, directors, why they call them managers, why they call them directors. It's not because they are over, educated or more it's not because they are more educated than the agent. No. The thing is that these people are given a specific task, and that task that is very sensitive, whereby no mistake is allowed. You hear that? No mistake is allowed. You know, I happened to come across a job description, and I was kind of reading it, and in that job description they said there is no room for mistake. Like, that is how deadly the job is. So it is not a job that everybody can do. It is not a job that, you want to go and do it because, oh, this person is doing it. No, it's not a job that, oh, Mr. B is doing it, I want to do it too. No, it is not that type. It is the job that you are in or you are out. That is just it. Because no mistake is allowed. That is how sensitive or how important the domino effect of that job is. Because one blink of a mistake can ruin every billions of euros or dollars they have invested in that company, break down. And the same thing happens in our life. Another thing, we begin to, be more careful with the things we do, with the decision we take, with the places we go, with the people we mingle, with the people we allow into our life. We're always going to be rolling in this chaos, like in this horribly chaos that is happening. It might, no matter how sound beautiful it might look, no matter how good it might look, no matter how how horrible, to that it might look, never you ignore your intuition. If it feels bad, it feels bad. If it feels right, it feels right. That is just the way it is. It is the best way I can use to describe it. And I just sit here to, kind of have this rush back information. I remember when this person came to me and was having all sorts of stories, like cookbook stories, that I personally, it was like emotionally played, you know. When you are an empathic being, this is something that you have to be very mindful about, that you can be easily be emotionally blackmailed. Before, I didn't know what that is. And then I understand later on, that people can emotionally blackmail you. People can emotionally manipulate you. It's not because that you don't know. And then so that you can easily ignore your feelings. You can ignore your intuition. They will emotionally blackmail you because they know you are kind, lovely, good person. But because they are on a mission, they will use those their cook and book story to emotionally blackmail you so that you feel so bad for them. And by feeling so bad, that you want to help them. You know, how people can emotionally blackmail you. Let me tell you something. Let me give you for instance. This is how people emotionally blackmail you. I don't want to scream. Let me come closer. This is how people can emotionally blackmail you. Pay attention. It goes like this. Yeah, I wanted to pay my house rent. First of all, they know you have that money. They know you are capable to help them, but they are not going to ask it. They are not coming to ask you for giving it to them, but they are going to blackmail you with it. This is manipulation. They will come like this. Yeah, I didn't have that money, but if this problem was not there and that was not there, that is not there, I would have it. And now that I don't have it and I needed to do this, if I don't do this, things gonna be bad. I can't do this. I'm gonna be that. I'm gonna be that. This is a very big problem that I am, and I really need help. I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know who I'm going to ask. I'm so tired. All this problem is just running on my head. I don't know. Maybe I'm even going to get sick. Maybe I'm even going to die. Blah, 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 blah. And that is where you, as a person, you will not, after listening to them, you will not feel so sorry. My dear, you are just be caught up in emotionally blackmailed. They are just emotionally blackmailed you. And then that is where you will not say, okay, so what is not the issue now? The issue is that if I get this now, I would have been able to do this so that this problem will stop, and see that this one with this, so that this one with that, so that this one with that. And then you will now like, okay, so if this one done now, this thing will be done. If this thing is done now, that means all the problem is finished, and that means that is that, that means that is that. But remember, they didn't ask you. You are just being emotionally blackmailed. You have just been emotionally blackmailed. And then you will not say, okay, I will help you. Did they ask you? No. It is a manipulated tactics that I've understand by manipulators. I have studied them so well that I now understand the system, the pattern they use, and it always go over and over and over and over. They didn't ask you. They are not coming to tell you that, oh, please, can you do this for me? Because that would be direct. Because they know they are incompetent, and they know they are in a mission to make evil or bad things to you. So they are not coming to ask for your help. They are going to pour the rubbish to you so that you will be the one to ask it for them. It will be like that you are free willingly doing it for them. You are being emotionally blackmailed. If I tell you that this life is a school, most people, you still don't understand that this life that you are living, you are in a school you don't know. In this school, you are learning every now and then. If you learn it good, good of you. If you don't learn it good, you will come back again and still continue to learn. That is just the way it is. One time I was having this discussion after being so many, I've basically made so many errors. Let me use that word, errors. Mistakes that, that make me to begin to question a lot of things. And at a point, and I was asking my soul guide, I was like, how do I know people to help? Because you want to help people, but you don't know who to help. Because there are so many people in disguise. So many people, evil people in disguise, meaning they will come in a very cloudy way, manipulate you, emotionally blackmail you with all of this kind of stuff, and you will not be free willingly give it them to you, give it them without them asking you. Without them asking you, emotionally blackmailed. And at that time, I was like, so how do I not know the person to help? This is the good part of it. And this is what I love so much. And it has helped me to make so many decisions and also in line with my intuition. You can only help someone who you felt so good their energy. If that energy feels so good and peacefully, you can do it. If it doesn't feel so good and peacefully, don't do it, my dear. That's just simple. And number two, the one that I personally love so much. If you notice any negative things around that person, my dear, that means that person is negative. You shouldn't. No matter how the cook and boast story that the person will give, it's not your business. You know, you must learn to say no. Saying no is one of the hardest thing that a lot of people come across or a lot of people, experience. They don't have the ability or the capacity to say no. It's like they just get spin in a roller coaster. And they have been spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, and they don't have the ability to say no. It's like they are a bit traumatized or hypnotized. That is the right word. It's like they are being hypnotized, that they don't have the ability to say no, that they can't say no. Or they just do, yeah, 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 yeah. And most of the time, where does it come from? It always end up bad. It always end up be bad, like negative in the highest level. Never you ignore your intuition, because your intuition is your soul guide, is the one protecting you. The world is just so full of evil in disguise. Like basically, when last time that I was talking about the NPC, I think I will do a video about the NPC, some of these days. Yeah, but let's also talk about, I'm gathering some key points about NPC and my experience with NPC and stuff. And we also want to talk about it because these are very, very vital information that, you know, that is good for you to understand or for you to know that is not all that glint is gold. One of the things that I came across today was just making me smile. He said people are searching for the aliens, but they actually live among us because that is just the fact. We are thinking that the evil out there is gonna come in a very horrible, scaring to say, "Hey, I'm evil," blah blah blah. No, my dear, it's not like that. In those days when I was young, when someone is very ugly, like very, very not well looking good, they will say the person is evil. Why the person that is well good looking, nice, cozy, they will say the person is good. That is how bias and programming that they have programmed people, or that is how they have programmed us to think that all that look bad physically is evil, all that look good physically is good. Meanwhile, in most cases, it's totally wrong. Totally wrong. The evil that is coming to destroy someone is going to disguise himself as the most kind looking good person that you can ever imagine. That you can ever imagine. It's not coming to disguise itself as a very scary beast, having these horns, blah, 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 that people will kind of like, oh, that is a beast, that is a beast. No, my dear. If you still have that imagination around you, please delete it out of your memory. Delete it. That's just the fact. You have to delete it, my dear, because those things does not exist. The real evil live among us. They have same face like you, they look like you, they even be in your work. Put it there. Go there. They even go in your work. They can be your colleague, your college mate, your college mate. Oh yeah, go get it. Go. Your college mate. They can be anybody. It can be siblings, relatives, friends. Who knows? The real evil. And that is why you can never ignore your feelings. When it felt bad, you feel it, your body vibrate. You feel that negative vibe is just so intense, my dear. Stop and think. Because your soul guide is trying to tell you not to do that thing that you are about to do. That is just the way it is. That is just the way it is. Because always remember the domino effect. It's one single dot. One push of a single dot will bring a whole nation down. That is the domino effect. And it's in every now and then in our life. We all have it. When a negative person with bad intention come into your life, what do you think he's coming to do? He's on a mission. He's on a mission. You know, when I heard this story, how this person, ignored his intuition and listened to the siblings, the people around her, and the end of the disaster, the end of everything will end up in a very horribly disaster. The question I was just asking myself was like, how the hell is that possible with a single answer to a disaster? That is a domino effect. A very strong domino effect. It was just standing on his face. And you have to choose. Will you accept this person if you have said no? But the person said no. And everyone around the person said, no, you have to, this, that, blah, 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 blah. They convince her and she ignored her intuition and the domino effect play in. It result to her death, it result to her sister's death, and it result to her mother's death, and even more see on the way. Tell me, isn't that domino effect? Is it that domino effect? It plays in everything that we do. One single dot. And the same thing, if you don't ignore your intuition, one single dot will also save you. Because every now and then we all have this domino effect, my dear. You're about to go out and your body says, and all of a sudden you just forget something. You didn't forget something, my dear. Your guiding engine is trying to protect you. Because everything has a time, program on a timeline. So if you are 3 minutes or 4 minutes to that time, exactly that time, you are not there, that thing will not end on you. So it's either you forget your key, you forget your phone, or you do, just to what? To save you from that domino effect. My dear, the life is not it's not as black and white that people think it are. It is a battlefield between the good and the evil. And in that battlefield is like a school that you are fighting the war that you don't see it. Every now and then, the only thing that is keeping you safe is your intuition. If you ignore it, you are your own. If you listen to it, good of you. Simple as it is. Do you know that the domino effect that plays in everybody's life every now and then, day by day, Let me show you another scenario of a domino effect. Let's say you're going to a shopping mall. On your way going to a shopping mall, you met this person, and this person become a good friend, and you people chatted and laugh and talk, you know, and everything began to go good, and you people went to the shopping mall together. On getting to that shopping mall, everything, you do your shopping, blah blah blah, you have fun, you go, you this, you that, you know and then you go back and the communication continue, and then here and there, here and there, here and there, until the moment you become, you know having the relationship gets so intense that everything continue to play out, and at the end of the day you both start to have sexual relationship, and at the end of that sexual relationship, only for you to discover that you have contacted a disease, incurable disease. So tell me, isn't that domino effect? Don't forget, it started on your way to a shopping mall. If you have ignored that person on your way, if you have not listened, if you have not responded, if you have not called back, if you have not, tell me, isn't it that domino effect? It started from a single dot, just a little dot, as small as possible, as little it is. It can just be like, I, hello. If you ignore it, things will see better, but you felt it. So, my dear, know that your feelings, your intuition, those are your soul guide, protecting you. And always remember the domino effect, because the domino effect, it all starts with a single dot. Because with that single dot, a whole nation can go down. At that beginning, your intuition will tell you, don't do it. No, it's evil. It's not good for you. And what you do? Oh, it's fine. I'm okay. No, my dear. No, my dear. You are not. Remember the domino effect in everything you do. Always remember that the domino effect is at play. It is the sound, it is just a system that rules everything that we do. One single dot, one single dot, one single dot, one little mistake, one little decision can run everything around you down. Never, never, never you ignore your intuition. Your intuition is your guide. Your intuition is your protector. Your intuition is your guiding angel, telling you, your higher self telling you, don't do it. Listen, take a break, and rethink. If you have that feeling and you just say, oh, check this, do this, don't ignore it, my dear. You might never know what that's going to play out, because always the domino effect is always at play in everything you do. Don't forget, even your job is also a domino effect. It all starts with a single apply. It all starts with a single application. They post it out, you apply. It is all domino effect. That is just the way it is. So, thank you all so much for this day, for being on my live stream. Tomorrow, we are back again for another beautiful topic. And if you have a question, you can leave it here. Let me quickly answer you. Otherwise, we close it for today. And we'll see you back tomorrow, 10 p.m. Dublin time. I don't know what time is in your time now. Now is 11 o'clock Dublin time. So in your country, I'm not sure what time. So have a lovely day. Take good care of yourself. And remember, your intuition is your soul guide, communicating with you, your higher self, communicating with you to rethink before you make a decision. And never you forget the domino effect. Have a lovely evening and sleep good. Bye.